wait till it's pulled up on my thing here. Oh, I didn't do the keywords. How about that? Hey everybody. How's it going? Okay, welcome back to Nothing Nerdy. I am here today with the Inspector Who Reacts. And we are going to be chatting about the Mandalorian, the first chapter today. So I apologize
How,
for the delay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
how do we look? Like, how's the
We
everything?
we actually I think we look okay. How do we look, guys? We had some technical difficulties. Some of you may have noticed, like we had on social media, we posted a link to the original
Yeah,
stream. We set up our premiere, but we had some technical difficulties and couldn't get it to stream from there, so we had to set up a new stream. So
yeah.
I find your lack of faith
Things.
disturbing. Reading the comments. Um, so yeah, all right.
I'm going to.
Let's
I'm
just
gonna do a quick thing real quick, and
okay. Go
then
ahead.
you go ahead and talk to the
Oh,
chat.
okay. So thank you guys for your patience as we figure this out, but we're good to go now. Yeah, so basically what we're gonna do is we're just kind of gonna go through scene by scene of the first episode and uh, kind of talk about our thoughts and talk about some theories and you guys are like welcome to chime in and we'll talk about your comments and your any ideas that you have. So yeah, so we're excited that you guys are here. We really appreciate the support. Means a lot to us. So yeah, so we're excited to chat with all of you. Let's see. I felt a big trouble in the stream, a big disturbance in the forest, right? But yeah, so we're good. We're good to go now. So Inspector, where do you want to start? Just
Uh,
start with the very beginning of the episode.
so hi everyone. I'm Inspector Who. I
Inspector
am
Who.
a reaction channel. For now, but just a simple reaction channel right now, and uh, I didn't react to Mandalorian because I don't really want to get into Disney problems right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But uh, do you want like let's just real quick make a quick little thing. What do you think of Disney Plus?
Overall, I really liked it. I mean, I think, and like a lot of people, I think felt was like very nostalgic. Like I was kind of scrolling through like all the like the movies and the shows that they have on there, and like oh my gosh, like my childhood came back to me. It was very nostalgic. So shows I forgot about that I used to watch. But yeah, I
Oh
like that all
yeah,
the movies, like the classic Disney movies are on there. Some of the shows from like the Disney Channel are on there. Um, and everything Star Wars. I mean, just as a Star Wars fan, this is exciting, and non Star Wars fans. So, how about you? What did you think of it?
I think it's actually really great because just it's got everything. Like there's a lot of old shows that I used to watch, and a lot of uh, there's a lot of movies that I've been wanting to see but haven't
Mm-hmm.
found like in stores or whatever. So it's like
Yeah.
now I get a chance to actually just sit down and watch them. And there's a lot of new TV shows that I've actually wanted to check out, but they're hard to get, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
have channel
Yeah.
on them. So it's actually nice to finally have something just all Disney.
Yeah. Yeah. I was excited to see like Boy Meets World was on there. Like that's I grew up with that show. I was like, all right, that's cool to see. I saw the new Lady and the Tramp movies on there, which I don't know. I guess I'm out of the loop. I didn't
I
know
thought that
that.
was gonna be a theatrical release.
So did I, but either it wasn't and we missed it, or I guess maybe it went right to Disney Plus. I'm not really sure. I don't know if anybody in the chat knows. Um, let's see. Oh, somebody has a question. Do you prefer George's Star Wars or Disney Star Wars? That's a controversial question.
Ooh,
I
okay.
like them both.
Well, I can.
Inspector, what do you
Yeah.
think? Inspector Who?
Okay, hang on one second. Let me pop out chat real quick.
Sure.
Okay. Now I have my own chat.
There you
Okay.
go.
Uh, do I prefer Georgia Star Wars or Disney Star Wars? Well, I will say that so far I have been iffy with Disney Star Wars right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Not
But
very
I
common.
mean, but it's like for now, it's
Right.
only the early years, but it's like they've not they've with Mandalorian. Mandalorian so far is like a really good step.
Mm-hmm.
that they have taken upwards.
I agree. I feel like the Mandalorian could be something that can unite fans, and especially if they stay out of the whole Jedi Sith
Yeah.
business, and they kind
I
of
mean, we can have Force users kind of show up, but yeah, as long as we don't dive into the whole Sith Jedi
Sith,
for like extreme
yeah,
the light side, the dark side. As long as that doesn't, and that could that like with the ending spoiler, that could be what leads to something else. So
yeah.
we'll
When we
get to
get to
that.
that, yeah, I have some thoughts about that because I was kind of surprised by that. I loved it, but I was surprised by it. So, because I didn't think they
Yeah,
were going to go in that direction. Um, all right, yeah. Well, some people are saying they really liked the first episode, which is cool. So, all right.
yeah, I loved it. Like,
Yeah, on my Discord last night, some people were chatting about it and like giving people were rating it, and it seemed like the overall consensus was like 8 out of 10 stars. um, so people seem to really be liking it. I don't know about Beyond's. I mean, I've been like kind of
like regular casual people.
yeah, like I don't know about non-Star Wars fans. I'd be curious, for anybody who watches this video later on. If you're a non-Star Wars fan, I'd be curious to hear what your opinion is about The Mandalorian. Because I think they tried to make it so that even non-Star Wars fans could appreciate it. You didn't have to, because you didn't have to know
Yeah,
anything. I mean, if no
but
background information to really appreciate it.
how I've described it is it's like Firefly with those old Eastwood movies
Hmm.
wrapped in a Star Wars skin.
Yes, that's a great way to describe it.
Like,
And you're right; it had a Firefly feel to it. Because Firefly, for those of
yeah,
you who haven't watched it,
it,
was kind of like the very first like sci-fi space western thing, as far as I know. Like I've never seen anything like it
yeah,
before, but it like was like yeah, a western but in space.
yeah,
And the Mandalorian kind of has that same
yeah.
feel
The
to it, down to the
Mandalorian like
music.
makes me think. Yeah, the Mandalorian makes me think of Mal if he was
Yeah.
much more bounty hunter esque,
Mhm.
less ship captain esque.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a good
He's kind of
comparison.
got that comedy right there because there's some funny moments with him in
Yes.
this movie
Yeah,
or
it's some great
episode.
one-liners. I like those odds.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really
and
good.
as Elsor says in chat, it's like we already have the story. We don't need any build up or
Hmm.
explanation about the world or anything. It's just we're already in, everybody's here, and just explain what we don't know.
Yeah.
Because we know about spaceships, we know about Jedi, we know about Force, we know about um, Mandalorians. Those who are very in depth with the lore know this stuff already, so we
Yeah.
don't need to spoon feed. And those who don't can learn it
Yeah.
eventually.
Yeah.
This is their introduction to it.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely
Uh,
agree with that. Yeah, and again, like even if you've never seen Star Wars, I felt like you didn't have to
yeah,
know anything to really appreciate it, or like know what was going on. I mean, you might not really appreciate the ending,
yeah.
like the rest of us do, but yeah. So, all right, so should we jump right into it?
Okay.
All right, so we could
Yes.
start at the very beginning. So, first I want to say I like that.
Cold.
What?
Cold.
Cold. Oh yes. Oh, I was gonna say first. I like that intro, like the Star Wars intro, where they show like the flashes of the
Oh
helmets.
yeah.
I thought that was really cool. I was like,
That
ooh.
that's like somebody's described that as like the Star Wars' MCU opening, like the little
Ah.
Marvel when they do the little flashes of comics and past and movies and all sorts of things.
Oh,
Like
I don't
this is
hate
their
me. I'm not
kind
into
of
Marvel yet.
yeah. But now you got Disney Plus, you can watch some of the
There,
movies.
you're right. There you go. All right.
You got everything now.
Oh man. All right.
You got
Yeah.
no excuse.
Whenever I stream, people always like bring up Marvel, and I'm always like, yeah, I haven't watched it, and that they say I should. So now, yeah, I guess I can. All right.
I mean,
So we like the beginning. Oh
we can
yeah.
talk
So
about that
you said,
after Star Wars is finished. We can start you on maybe a Marvel
oh
journey.
my gosh, can you imagine? I start reacting to Marvel stuff. Oh, that'll be fun. Okay. Um, all right. So, all right. So, in the very beginning, like you said, we're start out in a very cold place.
Very cold
um,
planet.
a snowy planet. Yeah. Um, And again, some of
Or just an area of the, because that's always funny. Star Wars is always about single biomes, and I've
mhm,
always wondered what would it be like to actually have like like okay, there's caps, and then there's deserts, and then there's like regular Earth planet. Like there's
mhm.
multiple types, not just one single planet.
That's true. I never
Is
thought about that. Like, yeah, like in on our planet, depending on where you are, this the seasons are different, or like just yeah, the way whether it's snowy or warm year round. Like, yeah, you don't really know. Is this the whole planet like this? Um, but yeah, like so yeah, like and some people were who were chatting last night were saying like um you don't know the name of the planet, like or any of the planets that you see in the whole episode. So we don't know if
yeah,
this is hot, if this is a new planet we've never seen before.
Ilum
Yeah, yeah, right.
or
Um, first time I ever heard about that planet was in Old Republic. But yeah, another snowy
I
planet.
think
So, yeah.
yeah, that was
Um,
just it is one of those. It's like the one complaint I have had with Disney's Star Wars movies so far is, especially the sequels, is the aliens. There's not many of them. There's
mm-hmm.
not many classic aliens.
Uh-huh.
Like I think it was like Solo, like some in Rogue One, but Solo was like the first movie I think we saw Twi'leks again
Mm-hmm.
and other kind of aliens, like I think maybe a Rhodian.
Uh-huh.
But has always been kind of my problem is it doesn't like the sequels don't feel like they feel very different
Mm-hmm.
because they aren't because we aren't set in a galaxy. We don't feel like we're in the same galaxy because the aliens are
Yeah.
very different
Mm-hmm.
from our classic aliens. So I
Right.
kind of would like the more classic aliens, the more at home we feel, the
Mm-hmm.
more like yeah, this is part of it.
Yeah,
So I hope Rise of Skywalker brings more classic aliens too.
I agree.
And Mandalorian so far has brought like we got Tradoshans, which are the lizard guys, uh IG8, IG bounty robot,
Mm-hmm.
IG-11,
Mm-hmm.
and um the surprise ending alien at the
With no
uh
name. I mean, we don't even
who
know
did
the name of the
you
species.
yeah, I know.
How crazy is that? All right.
Uh I will be right back. I gotta
Oh,
let my
yeah.
roommate in. But go ahead and chat.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thank you guys for still tuning in. Let's take a look at the chat. Let's see. Elser says the story is set and already in place. We find creatures, droids, and species that do not stray too far from the universe we know, and therefore allow us to immediately put in. Yeah, yeah. I noticed, like we were just talking about. Yeah, there are some creatures, some like alien species that we've seen, like in the originals. So it was nice to see that again. And I felt like it had. I felt like the Mandalorian in general had a like a what call it. It had like the same feel as the original trilogy. There was like in terms of even just how it looked, like it was very simple. Costumes weren't over the top and things like that. But yeah, so
I'm back.
sorry. Go ahead. All right.
What were you talking about?
No, I was just saying how in general I felt like the Mandalorian felt like the original trilogy. Like it had the same feel,
Yeah,
the same
that
dynamic, same atmosphere, like same creature, alien creatures. Some droids that we saw in the originals. We also saw. Um,
that is what I think like I can't remember. I think it was John Favreau, like Dave Filoni and John Favreau. They in the panel back in Star Wars Celebration, they talked about they were like the idea is basically it's going to be like the first part of A New Hope.
mhm.
That feeling, that kind of westerny desert
Yeah,
kind of
yeah, it
feeling.
definitely felt like that.
It's going to be that was the feeling they were. That's the tone they're trying to
Hmm.
set for the whole for the show is
Yeah,
to stick with that kind of but in a Star Wars way, where there's
right.
still going to be more adventure, more galaxy, more to
Hmm.
explore, but that's the kind of feel they're going for. And
Yeah,
as you can see, we got a bunch of classic stuff,
yeah,
which is nice.
yeah, definitely. And again, something that I feel like they need to do at a time like this when fans are kind of divided, they need something to kind of bring the fans back together and make it feel a little bit like the originals that everybody
Yeah,
loved. Um, so yeah,
like something everybody can agree on
yeah,
is the
yeah.
something, and with that's another thing. I'm also like, from what I've heard, they stopped side movies, Star Wars
Hmm.
stories because because they weren't making money.
Yeah.
In a sense, that's the idea behind it. And honestly, I really enjoyed the side stories more because
Yeah.
it was something not connected to anything. So you just got a brand new one story, like it's all its own story. It doesn't need
Hmm.
to be doesn't expand on any, or it can expand on things, but it doesn't. It explores what we don't see,
Yeah.
and I am kind of happy that now we're getting like with Mandalorian
Hmm.
and Kenobi,
Hmm.
like at some point, maybe another show down the line. Yeah, Cassian. We're getting Cassian in a
Right. Right.
K2SO show.
Yeah.
So
That'll be good.
more exploration about stuff that we don't see
Hmm.
in the movies,
Yeah.
which is very, very nice.
Hmm. Yeah. Definitely. I definitely agree with that. Thank you to those of you who just joined us. EMXC, what's up? Thanks for joining us and thanks for modding for us. I appreciate that. uh, all right. So, all right. So we start on the snowy planet that we do not know the name of. Maybe at some point we'll get the names of more of these planets. Um, so, all right. So for those of you who haven't watched it yet or watching this back or who don't know, The Mandalorian is set I read like 5 to 7 years
5 years.
after five
Yeah,
after
5 to 7 years.
Return of the Jedi and 23 years before the Force Awakens. So
Yeah,
for them to mention that, I feel like
the
that's got to be
Empire
significant.
is fallen, kind of fallen apart. There's little remnants about,
Hmm.
but yeah, the Empire's fallen
Yeah,
by
even
this
their
point.
credits aren't any good anymore. So okay, so it starts out in the beginning. These two thugs are like beating up this alien creature. I don't know if we know the name of what creature, like what type of alien it is.
I think he's a new one.
A new one. Okay.
Oh no,
Um,
he did. I think he did say his name when he was talking about, uh,
check my
finding
notes.
a back tube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we get his name at some point, but I don't know about the creature. We'll have to. All right, I'll check in my notes. As we go on. So they're trying like beating this guy up. They want to sell his glands on the black market. Really pleasant.
They're just beating him up and
Yeah,
they're being bullies.
yeah. So I kind of thought that was a good way. I don't know. It sounds silly, like a good way to set it up. Like you kind of already have this feeling of like not a safe galaxy, not a safe time. And then like
And
boom,
the
music
door opens and our
changes.
boy
Yeah,
walks in.
the light appears, and then there's the Mandalorian, and like then the music changes, and like that's where you hear like that Western
Yeah,
music.
that, that's what I want. Like I do really love that. It's like the music in
Mm-hmm.
this whole episode was very different. It wasn't very orchestral,
Mm-hmm.
but it felt like the right tone for the
Yeah,
film. I keep saying film
I
because
know.
it's such.
It felt like it.
Yeah,
um, yeah, no, the music. Yeah, the music was perfect. Yeah, nothing over the top, but like it was very fitting and very westerny. Like
very
that scene
subtle.
when he walks in reminds me of like an old western when the cowboy walks in with to the saloon
Just
and the guy. Yeah,
just pushes the two doors.
and
Yeah.
and when he walks in, like you don't.
Uh.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. And then when he walks in, like I don't know. My impression was, oh, he's gonna save the guy. Like he's gonna save this guy from, his glands getting sold. But that's not the case. um,
Yeah, I was like it was just one as soon as the Mandalorian comes in, he beats up everybody,
mhm,
completely just takes out the two guys, takes out another guy with a door,
mhm.
like just a door, um and then with the blue guy, that guy like says, "Thank you for saving me." I was like, "Oh, you're the target."
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, I know that. Look, it's not that easy. You're the
yeah,
target."
yeah. And yeah, Mandalorian comes in. He means business, and well, what does he say? Like hot or cold,
Yeah,
I'll take you either way.
I can bring you in hot. I can bring you in warm.
Yeah.
I can bring you in cold. And it's like, he's got such good lines.
He
He's got
does.
such good
He's
lines.
his lines were really well written. Um, yeah, definitely. Yeah, really funny. But like no mercy. Like here, the alien guy. He seems nice. He's trying to reason with him. Like it could. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess I can't help but compare. I think about the Jedi. Like if it was a Jedi, Jedi probably would have let him go.
Yeah.
That's kind of what was going through
Like you
my
played
mind.
Old Republic. Have you played a bounty hunter in Old Republic?
Um, I haven't yet. I haven't played. I'm right now. I'm playing Trooper, but I haven't done Bounty Hunter yet, so I guess I'm gonna get a taste of that soon.
Yeah,
No Mercy. Yeah, there's no
yeah,
reasoning. It's all about the job. So
yeah. So I've written down. Uh, so here's an interesting little thing I noted. When he's taking him to that nose guy from episode 4,
oh
which
yes,
makes it a
the
kind
nose
of,
guy.
yeah, which is a kind of surprise appearance. Like
Yeah,
I don't, that's probably not the same guy, but a species,
same species. Yeah, I
a
was excited
related
to see that.
species. Yeah, and he does a little flute to
Mm-hmm.
call in cars
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the
like
steers. Yeah, that
taxis,
was
and
really cool. All right.
he doesn't like droids, or
I
he says no
know.
droids.
I
And
know. Good.
from my guess, that has to do with Clone Wars
Mm-hmm.
PTSD.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Something must have happened in his childhood, something with the Clone Wars, and I wonder if it's going to relate to like a droid that we know already, or
Which
if it's going to be something new.
I will say it is kind of interesting. Like he has he says no droids,
Mm-hmm.
and then later on he does get assistance from a bounty droid.
Mm-hmm.
So he does say like you're cool,
Yeah,
but he's in general he's very droid
anti-droid.
racist, I guess.
Yeah. I just want to quickly check on the chat and see what's going on. Hi guys, thanks for hanging out. Let's see. Uh, let's see. He was a one-man blue man group. um, like the music. Awesome. Okay. Um, okay, yeah. So, all right. So he takes the guy with him. They call the speeder, using the flute, like you were saying. That same creature. I don't know the name of that alien, but yeah, like it was cool. It was really cool to see him again. Um,
Um, that is one of those little funny things. Is you're on an ice planet and you're driving with convertibles. It's like you need some like wear some wind resistance.
I didn't even think
They're
about
gonna be
that.
freezing.
Oh man. Um, oh, and I was really excited to see. I don't know if you watched The Big Bang Theory. Do you
Oh
know
yeah, I do. I've seen
Okay,
that.
so
But
the
I just found out that was him.
yeah,
It
yeah.
actually was him.
Yeah, I didn't know he was going to be in it, and then actually I saw, I guess because the Mandalorian was trending, on his Twitter. What's his name? Brian
Yeah, he posted. I just saw that. That's how I
Posen.
found
I don't
out
know how to
too.
say his name. That he was in it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Yeah, he played what do you call somebody who studies rocks?
Geologist or something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, so yeah, he was a funny character. So it was so cool to see him in that, and he
Yeah.
was totally geeking out over it on social
And
media.
rip.
So that was I always like it when I see people who are like big Star Wars fans in Star Wars movies, like
Yeah.
because it's like
Yeah.
we're like living through them, you know.
Yeah.
um,
So like that is one of those like uh this is like still a dream
hmm
of every kid who grew up with Star Wars. Is
yeah,
just even just an extra,
yeah,
just being
right.
involved
Put me in a
with
stormtrooper
it is
costume.
nice.
Doesn't matter how, alien costume. Um, yeah, so that was really cool. Let's see. Um, and then they come across that new creature that I don't think we've ever seen before. I
Yeah.
think it's a new one. I don't think we've ever seen it
So
before.
yeah,
Um,
I wrote down "Rip a Taxi Man."
Rip Taxi Man, that's what you called it?
Yeah, because I didn't like just that's what he is, and then he's food.
Yeah, he was big and scary. But again, I always like a good escape scene in
Yeah,
Star Wars. So I mean, it was brief, but there was this moment of like, are they going to defeat it? Or I thought the
the
guy who
ship was gonna lose landing gear or something like that.
yeah, like either something was going to happen to the ship, or if the alien was going to get eaten, um, and that would have been the end of his bounty or whatever. Um,
Yeah,
so. But yes, but then the Mandalorian once again was victorious, and he beat the snot out of it, and it was
I so it's kind of like a cool little Easter egg is the weapon he has,
uh-huh.
the zapper he has is it's Boba Fett's weapon he used in the holiday special. Like Boba Fett had that rifle
Oh,
too.
it's been so long since I've seen it. Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
And there's like 3 holiday special references. It's like they're trying to make it canon.
Ah. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, you know what? Like I said, it's been so long since I've seen it, so I probably wouldn't even recognize any of them. But that's
But
cool,
yeah,
and yeah, like a nice way to kind of connect it. And yeah, I know
connect
people
Boba
used,
Fett to the Mandalorian, and
yeah,
give him bring stuff from old into modern
right.
day or now.
And that's what people want to see. That's what people want to see in Star Wars is they want it to be something new, but yet like have a touch of the classics that we loved, in any way that we can. And people like to notice things. People like to watch things and like find the little Easter eggs, and it's important to them. Um, oh, so talking about being in a Star Wars movie, EMXU says I would wear Leia's hut costume to be in a
Yeah,
Star Wars movie. Don't expect a lot of screen time. Me too.
I, I if there's a role, if there's like, if I had a choice to be in something on it, like just as an extra, I would like to be just a rebel pilot in an X-wing, just one time, just flying,
Oh, that would be awesome.
like just a cut to
I have
the
Star Wars,
helmet.
yeah. I have Star Wars dreams every now and then, and I remember I once had this dream where I was like going on this mission, and I remember like wearing like the gear and getting into my ship and taking off, and yeah, like any any way that you could just like kind of be in the world, it would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So okay, all right, so they're
So they
on
get the guy onto the ship.
the guys on the ship. Mandalorian takes off, and the alien starts getting very
Needs a break.
he needs a break. Um, and but we all know it's his attempt to escape. So he goes
I find
out.
that interesting though. He finds the weapon rack and decides, nope.
Yeah.
It's like, huh, okay, so he didn't go for the weapon. So I wonder what else he's doing
Yeah,
or was trying to do.
I thought that little scene was interesting. Like, I mean, I'm guessing the whole purpose of that little clip was just to kind of show the range of weapons the Mandalorian has. Oh, he's been at this for a while. He has,
Yeah.
he's very powerful. Like, I feel like that was the purpose of that. But yeah, like, why didn't he just grab a weapon and
Yeah.
to defend
If
himself?
his plan was to escape, I wonder what his plan actually was then or something. Or maybe he was just looking. I don't know. We'll probably never find out. We'll never see him
You
again.
never know. He could have had another purpose there that we will find out about later on. Um, but yeah, so he closed. So once he sees the weapon rack, he closes it for whatever reason, and then he finds all the people in carbonite.
Yeah. Which, by the way, I wrote down. Mandalorian has an onboard freezer.
Yeah,
Like
not weird at
he's
all.
got his own personal carbon freezer.
That's definitely a mood killer if he's ever on
Which
a
that's kind
date.
of
Like
expensive.
somebody comes to his ship and they see that, they're gonna be like, "You're creepy. I'm out of here." A little
Yeah.
weird, but hey,
Also,
that's his life.
yeah. Also, the blue guy mentions Life Day, which is the another holiday special reference, which is, I guess, Life Day is Star Wars' Christmas Day.
Oh, I remember somebody else talking about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting too. A lot of
Like
lots of stuff from the
so many
special.
references to that. The
Yeah,
one thing George Lucas doesn't like. So many references to that.
maybe they're trying to stick it to George. I don't know. Poor George. Let's see. Life Day was in yes. Um, unless they're into that type of thing. Yes, some people might be into the carbon freeze thing. You never know what floats someone's boat. Okay. Um, so yeah, he sees all the people frozen in carbonite. Makes me wonder like why are they still
Mandalorian
on there?
just sneaks up on him.
Yeah, and then he sneaks up on him, and that he throws the Mandalorian throws the alien into the carbon freeze, and that's it,
Yep.
and he's done. Um, but yeah, no, I thought it was weird that there were so many people on there. Like, why was he driving around with them? I don't know. I thought that was kind of
I
weird.
think it's just his. He's like he's doing a round trip. Like, okay, I'm gonna pick up eggs here. I'm gonna pick up milk here. I'm gonna go um
That
pick up
must
the
be it.
crackers
Yeah, like
here.
I'll just swing by at some point,
And then
drop them off, collect my
I gotta go stop by the ice store and get some fish,
collect my credits
and
on the
then I'm
way.
good to go.
Oh, I'm sure that's exactly what it is. All right.
There is something that really makes me intrigued is the bounties have beacons on them. Like they have trackers. Like they're already kind of
I was wondering about that. Yeah, like I yeah, like when there he's looking for the last his last bounty or whatever. Like yeah, he's got like this little
bounty.
tracking device. So and yeah, I was wondering how
And
that works. Like
how they have them tracked. Like does everybody have chips in them?
yeah, like yeah, is it like yeah, that's a good
That's
point.
just
Is it
so
like
weird.
chips or um yeah, and didn't they talked about something about they have numbers, the last remind me of like a social security number, like the last four digits or something. I didn't understand all of that. Yeah, I don't somehow they're able to track them.
Hopefully they'll explain it, but yeah, it's just one of those little things where it's like I need I need some explanation
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of
as
like
to how or why.
it's kind of like find my friends on your phone or something, like on your iPhone. Somehow they're able to track them. Um
And Daniel brings up a good
we
point.
let's see. No reason to go back to the main planet and burn all that fuel when you have 8 bounties. This is true.
Yeah,
Good point.
he even mentions like when he goes back to the guy to collect the money to collect the bounties. He even mentions like 5,000 credits won't even cover fuel,
Yeah. It's
so it's
expensive to live
like
in that
fuel's
galaxy.
expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't
Which
come.
makes I was like, I wonder how credits like are they like is it like yen in Japanese or is it like dollars or is it like
I'm sure there is some crazy Star Wars fan out there that has like converted like credits to like
to actual money
actual money.
or
Yeah.
current currency of us?
Yeah. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. I remember somebody did
Yeah,
that in the I remember it's out there like in the Harry Potter universe, the like the galleons or something. Like it's somewhere out there. It's been converted. I don't know who did it, if it's
yeah.
official or not. But yeah, people figure that stuff out. I'm I'm an upstanding criminal.
And I'm
Please
saying
implant your chip so you can locate me at any time.
that is like
EMXC.
that is such a good point.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said. Okay. Um. All right. So he goes into the carbon freeze. All right. So the next scene is where does he go?
His bounties and such. So
So your screen blanked out for a second. You're back though.
okay, yeah, I might I let me see real quick. Okay, I'm
Um,
good.
you're good.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Um, all right. So all right. Next, he goes to a another planet. He walks into another bar, cantina, and he meets Grief Karga, played by Carl Weathers. And that's when he gets his payment, and he tries to pay him Imperial credits, and
But
he's like,
hero credits isn't worth anything anymore now.
yeah, now that the it was defeated, so
It's like I guess like Confederate money
yeah, yeah.
back,
So
and now uh, whatever the other currency that he gave him or offered him
it
is
was
only like half of the official payment.
yeah, it was like I never say the name right, calamari flan or something,
Calamari.
calamari. um,
I guess that's Admiral Akbar money, like Mon Calamari money. I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. Um, okay, yeah, yeah. I thought that was interesting. Um, so he takes that instead of the Imperial credits. Um, okay, so then they talk about the next job, and it is a direct commission, deep pocket, face to face mission.
Mm.
So, and he decides to take him up on that offer and takes the
Just take the
mission.
offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So then, yeah. So then he goes to,
He goes
um,
through the town of like the village or town
mhm,
of merchants and house people and shops and all sort of thing. It's
mhm.
actually it felt like honestly it really did feel like Moss Eisley, but we actually
Yeah.
kind of walked through the alleys
Mhm.
and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It reminded me of that
Or
too. like very busy, lots of different people. Um, so then he shows up. He goes to this door guarded by a droid. He shows some kind of identification, and
Yeah, we get the um Jabba the Hutt door knocker.
oh yeah, yeah, the door was cool. Um, and then all right, so then he walks into a room with four stormtroopers.
Yep,
Um,
he's in a
so
room with Imperials.
yeah, and then yeah, so it's the stormtroopers, and um, I guess he's called the client, the other guy, and Doctor Pershing.
He did give a name,
Yeah,
but I forgot it.
the well in real life his name is Werner Herzogs, but this article I read refers to him as the client. So I'm guessing maybe in the credits that's how they refer to him, like the client. But so I felt
So
like
him,
he was so creepy. Like,
yeah, he I think, yeah, he's got this kind of warlord feel to him,
mm-hmm,
but it's like he's like he's a remnant of a dying empire,
mm-hmm, yeah,
and trying to for some way grasp some control or get something. So like based off the ending, they have a plan
mm-hmm, what they're looking for.
with their doctor or
Yeah,
scientist or whatever they've got
mm-hmm,
use.
yeah.
So
I like
I'm really interested to where this goes, like where this takes steps as it evolves. Story.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like with what they find, like yeah, makes you wonder. Well, where are they going with this? Um, but I liked that whole scene. There's something like
Yeah, it was
his
very
character, like that
tense.
whole his character creeped me out, but like in a really good way. Like, not that he
Yeah,
looked creepy, but it was like his voice, like the way he
it's,
spoke. And plus, they had this like really eerie music going on in the background. Like I felt like he was like this creepy doctor. Like not I don't mean the doctor character. I mean this the
yeah.
client. But um, and I don't know. I like that. I like that. So yeah, very mysterious and yeah. So and so that well, obviously, as soon as he walks in, the stormtroopers pull their guns out, and Mandalorian pulls out his weapon, and he tells him to
Yeah, he can take them. He can
yeah,
take the four stormtroopers.
yeah. He tells them to put down their weapons. They won't. He's like, "You're outnumbered." He's like, "I like my odds." um.
And
Oh.
so the client guy
Mm-hmm.
offers him, I think he offers him credits or money or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
along with Mandalorian steel.
Yes. I have the name of it. Hold on. Um. The best car iron.
Yeah, best car.
Yeah, I
Metal.
had never heard of that before. Um.
Yeah. It's supposed to be lightsaber resistant, I think.
Oh, is
It's
it?
like that's why the Mandalorians use it. That's why Mandalorians have their armor made in Beskar is because it's one of the strongest metals that even lightsabers kind of don't cut it easily.
Oh wow, I did not know that. Hmm.
That's also how it makes them what made them so powerful against Jedi
Mm-hmm.
in wars.
Oh, all right, good to know. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I was so curious, like about it, like what was so special about this iron, um, that they use. Yeah,
Yeah.
so he paid him. They paid him with that. Um, so and so they want the bounty alive. Well, the doctor wants the bounty alive,
The
but
Doctor wants him alive,
yeah, but
but the other
Cl-
guy is either or, but probably mostly dead.
yeah, like proof of termination is also acceptable for a lower fee. And then the doctor's like, that's not what we agreed upon. So you could see they're kind of conflicted on
There's a
that.
conflict.
Yeah, and we're curious as to why. Why would some want them alive? Why would some want them dead? Um, I'm curious as to what kind of doctor is this doctor?
Yeah.
Being that he wants it alive makes you wonder, but we'll get to that at the end. Um, about what he wants the bounty for. So obviously they want it for two different reasons. means something different to each of them. So,
Yeah.
um,
So Mandalorian takes the offer, takes the bounty,
mhm.
takes the armor metal piece, and goes back into town and heads to
Wait, but
uh
before we go there, I have to talk about the I hope I say it right, Kowakian monkey lizard.
oh
I
yes,
hated that
the
scene.
Quaking.
I hated that scene. It like tortured me. I knew it was coming. I heard about that scene because I think it was in the like the extended initial
There was a panel either at Star Wars Celebration or
at the
Disney, and they showed
convention.
some
Yeah,
clips of that, and that was in the
I heard about that, and I like, but why? Why did they have to do that? I hated it. I hated it. So I'm totally against that
I
scene. So that's all.
and who knows what those lizards are like.
But it's so cute. It looks like my dog. The ears, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, he's making him watch. He's making him watch his
I know
future.
it's it's so mean. It's so mean, and it's but again like from a story point of view, they put all these little details throughout the episode to show you that it's a very dark
Hmm.
world, dark
So
galaxy. Like they try like plant seeds of fear and uneasiness, and
this
no
isn't
one's
your kid's
safe.
Star Wars.
Yeah, it's a
Real.
dark Star Wars. Let's check on the chat for a second. We have Brando with us. Hi, Brando. Uh, wait,
EXXE.
are you kidding me? I wanted a. Oh wait. Oh, we'll talk about that at the end. It's a chick magnet.
Yeah.
um. Let's see. Doctor just
Totally
wants it to
agree.
enhance his game. um. That took my score down 3 points. 0.3 points. Oh, thanks. Okay, so we didn't like that. Daniel didn't like that scene either. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah, it really upset me. So, okay, so but yeah, so then he goes to a blacksmith. Um,
He goes to what appears to be a Mandalorian housing.
mhm,
Like that's not just him. There's like other tribe members
mhm,
there,
yeah,
which honestly shocked me. I didn't think we would see any others,
yeah, yeah,
um, any other warriors or stuff.
mhm,
But yeah, it was nice to see, and we get a blacksmith,
mhm,
which was really awesome. That whole scene and
yeah.
sequence was really well done.
Um, I have to say, I'm not like making a theory here. I'm saying there was some similarity. So when the Mandalorian is walking down the steps, those stone steps to meet the blacksmith,
Yeah,
it just reminded me of of the Force Awakens when Rey
yeah,
is at Maz Kanata's
yeah. When she goes down the
the
steps
stone
too,
steps. Yeah, like the steps, the hall, like even the lighting. I mean, I'm not saying
it
there's a
did
connection. I'm just saying it just reminded me of it. I was like,
it
oh,
did
this is
almost
kind
look
of
like the same kind of building or room or set or something. But I don't think yeah, it's not Takodana that
yeah.
we
Oh
were
yeah,
at.
no, I know it. Yeah, I know it's not. Yeah, definitely not connected. It
So
just
that
the
is weird though.
just reminded
I
me of
didn't make
that.
that connection.
Unless there's some, unless there is something there, but you
Unless they
know,
can
like
move an entire
the
home and
The Mandalorian is Rey's father.
they're
No, I'm not. I'm not
we.
saying that. I'm not going there.
I mean,
I'm
who
not.
knows? They
I,
are kind of building up to Brian
it's true.
Skywalker,
This
so
is
who
true.
knows?
But I'm not one to throw out crazy theories. I'm just saying it reminded me of it. That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
saying they hired the same construction worker, Maz and the Mandalorians.
We should look into that. Who did the scenes, the scene settings and everything, the all that stuff. Um, at least it wasn't a Gungan though. This is true. All right. So, um,
So yeah, that scene and the Mandalorian. I did. I just said the Beskar armor
mhm,
protects against lightsabers and
right.
is very strong.
Mhm,
I always find that funny when you see it. I was kind of curious that it melts. Like when you forge something, it's just like so. This thing is completely resistant to probably one of the hottest
mhm,
weapons in the galaxy,
mhm.
and yet you can somehow still melt it down hot enough to forge it and to make it.
Hmm.
Which I know they're Mandalorians. They've done this for probably generations, so they
Right.
know how to use their metal. It's just one of those weird things where it's like, again, I would like a little. like enough of like a little explanation of how they know what to do with their metal or how they learned.
The whole in like
It's
lightsabers
not
not
needed, but it's good.
right. Well, the whole not need the whole lightsaber going in like not being able to break their armor that is canon though.
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
it's canon. It's like from Legends that came into canon.
Oh, okay. So then maybe there is like a special process that they go through to melt their metal. Um,
Yeah,
that's something we might. I'm sure that's something that they would touch on at some point. Um,
yeah, and it does like like people talked about. Like it does look like maybe it's possible he is gonna get like from the well, he's not gonna get it from the bounty,
mhm.
but he probably will eventually get more medals or more of
Yeah.
the metal, and eventually his armor will be slowly upgraded
Hmm.
over the season,
Yeah.
which would be really awesome to see.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, so I thought that whole scene was cool, and that's the scene where
We
so
get the
what, like as
flashbacks.
what's that?
We get the flashbacks, the Clone
The
Wars flashbacks.
flashbacks, yeah. You know what? I wasn't expecting that so soon. Not that they went into details, but you see flashbacks to his childhood during the Clone
Mhm.
Wars, um,
Oh, yeah, he's a foundling, which I
yes,
think means he's not a blood Mandalorian sort of thing, like like if he could be, or he's a different um like he's not like a royal Mandalorian or something. I don't know the details, but it's like he's. I wonder if foundling means he's just somebody the Mandalorians found and picked him up and brought him into their.
so I had never heard that term before. So before we started, I Googled it. First I just Googled the word foundling, and then I wanted to Google like foundling with Star Wars. So apparently foundling is like an actual like word. I thought it was just a Star Wars word, but it's like an actual like in like
Like youngling.
yeah. So foundling actually means that they were abandoned by their parents and then cared for by others. So
Mm,
in the flashback, you see his
yeah.
his family like running with him, trying to
Had
protect
to
him.
hide him.
Right. Then they hide him, um, and then they hide him to keep him safe, and then they take off and were probably killed. We don't know for sure. Um, so then obviously he's found by um,
Probably the Mandalorians,
yeah, yeah.
or yeah, maybe the
Um,
clones find him and then the Mandalorians pick him up or something like that.
yeah, I guess I think like we don't know
Depends.
what happened in between. Um, to get him to where
Yeah.
he is.
So
Um,
he's a Mandalorian by trade rather than
yeah,
birth, I
yeah,
guess you could say.
yeah. Um, so yeah, so we learned like a little bit about his backstory, which yeah, I guess I was just surprised to find that out like in the first episode. I guess they did that to kind of hook people in like a little bit. Um, but
Yeah.
other shows that I've watched, like any other show that I watched, usually they don't give you something like that right away. Like maybe like in the next like episode two
I
or something like that.
yeah. I kind of was I almost I was kind of I actually thought the show would start with the backstory
Mm-hmm.
and then we would cut
That would be interesting.
to the
Yeah.
present day sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um but yeah, I think maybe episode 2 is going to elaborate
Yeah.
on what happened. That is actually one thing I was a little shocked to find out. This episode was short. Like I thought we'd get an hour or something, but we got like 40 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, I was surprised too. I was like, why is it done already? And then I looked at the time and I was like, oh, okay, that's why. Um,
Like
maybe
I hope they're longer, but I'm kind of okay with the shorter time. Maybe like 50 minutes, kind of balance between the two, but
I could have sworn
yeah.
I read somewhere it's that it was 8 episodes, each an hour long.
I
So,
think that's the Kenobi series that they talked about, but I think
uh,
these episodes are ranging 40 to an hour, so they're kind of
so it
there's
might
going to be
vary.
a mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but you know what? I guess for the first episode, maybe that's safe. Give it to us short and sweet. Um,
Hmm. The
they don't want
hook.
to lose people. Like they don't want people to lose interest. So the shorter, the better. Um, um, you know, they didn't give us like too much information, but they gave us enough to I feel like kind of hook us and
Yeah.
make us want to keep watching. Um, all right, so we see the flashbacks. He gets his new piece of armor, and then he is off, and
Yep.
he goes onto like this desert planet. Once again, we don't know the name of the planet,
Um,
um,
Plants, yeah.
but it's sandy,
Yeah, it's much.
mountainous.
It's actually a sandy, muddy. It's got that like when mud dries out and it
Yeah,
cracks.
yeah,
Yeah, it's got that kind of look to it, which is really designed.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Um, so, all right. So he arrives on this planet, and the first thing he sees is a blurg.
Blur.
Um, yeah, which we've seen the creatures. Was it the Clone Wars or Rebels? We've seen them.
I don't know if I've ever seen them before. Um,
Oh, or
yeah, they're kind of
no.
new.
I thought. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought I had read somewhere that we saw it somewhere. Um,
Maybe. If I don't remember them, but yeah,
I
they're
could
kind
be
of
wrong.
cute, but
Yeah.
they look like they're related to dewbacks, but with
hmm
or they're like dewback tadpoles.
hmm The Oh, I guess I won't talk about that. It reminded me of something, but I'll talk about that when we get there. So
Okay,
he tries to this. So this thing attacks him. He tries to kill it.
we
Um,
get that we kind of get that Tuscan Raider jump scare.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. That definitely reminded me of that. Um, and then I hope I'm saying it right. The Ugnaught, um,
Ugnaught, yeah, I
Ugnaught,
think, yeah,
um, which okay,
which I
I had to look that
yeah,
up, and apparently that's from Galaxy of Heroes or something. That
it's
right?
Ugnaughts are the workers on Cloud City, those little short pig guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of that's their
Yeah,
race.
a lot of this
I was
stuff
like,
I had to like Google. I was like, I don't remember what this is, and so
yeah, that he was a surprise. I mean, I mean, I'd seen the trailer, but I didn't realize what he was.
mhm,
And he was talking common,
mhm.
so it was. I didn't realize until later. I was like thinking about, it, it's like, oh, that's what he is.
Oh.
But I really liked his character,
So
like
did I.
his.
He had a I don't know, almost like a Yoda feel to him, like or a
Very
Qui-Gon feel to him. Like there was this wise
he's like
master.
the kind of like it's like again in a western it would be kind of this old farmer, but he's knows how to work the fields and
Hmm
work the animals.
Yeah,
He knows the terrain.
yeah, yeah. So he tells the Mandalorian, you have to use these creatures to cross to get to where they have to go, and he says he'll help him, but like you have to learn to ride the
Yeah,
blurg.
yeah,
um and so that whole scene, okay, so I'm a Harry Potter fan, so that whole scene reminded me from like both the book and the movie of Harry Potter, The Prisoner of Azkaban, when
Buckbeak.
yes, the whole hippogriff
Yeah,
thing, how
yeah.
it approached it slowly, that's
Gotta
like
gotta get a feel for it. Gotta let it get a feel. Which
build
was
trust, and then like you have to do the whole bowing thing, and um so
yeah,
that reminded me of that. It was like the same type of thing.
yeah.
Um,
I liked how um I like how he's like, can I just use a speeder or something? Why do I have to ride one?
yeah,
Like he's like he learned how to. He's not uh he's not opposed to the idea, but he's just like I don't know. I'm fumbling over the words here, but it's really interesting how humble he becomes or something. He's a humble
yeah,
character,
hmm
even when he's a very awesome character.
right, yeah. Um, that reminded me of like Luke in Empire Strikes Back training with Yoda.
Yeah.
Like Luke was getting frustrated, and Yoda was like, um,
And then we get another holiday special reference.
oh, okay. So what was this one?
When the I have spoken guy when
Oh,
he's talking when the Mandalorian like asks him, "Can I just ride a speeder or something like that?" And he says, "Your people have ridden like these dinosaur creatures or something like that. You should be able to ride one of these
mm-hmm.
lizard things." And that dinosaur lizard creature is what Boba Fett was riding in the holiday special when he was like
Oh,
with another holiday special
that's
reference.
so cool. I wonder why. Like they chose to like reference the
I
holiday
think the
special.
reason they chose especially like maybe most of these holiday special references are because that's Boba Fett's origin. That's where he first came from, first made
Mm-hmm.
his appearance before Empire Strikes Back. His first appearance
Oh, okay.
cartoon.
That makes sense.
So yeah, they're kind of tributing the origins of this. Like Boba Fett started the whole Mandalorian lore.
Mm. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, that makes more sense now. I didn't think about that. I was like, are they going to bring back another holiday special? Fans would like walk away completely if they did that. They would lose half their fan base. I love it, but some of us would
I
love it. But
wow, I don't know how that would go. Because honestly, I think that'd be kind of cool just to see.
Ray
Because
wants to go
they
back to
know what to
Jakku.
do now.
This is how we get Ray there.
The
Um,
the holiday musical, Star Wars musical.
well, some of them can sing. Daisy Ridley can sing. Um, I don't know about the rest of them.
I'm sure John Boyega can sing.
Yeah,
Wait,
I
wasn't? Yeah, go ahead.
I remember seeing a clip on YouTube. I think maybe it was on one of their Instagrams at some point. Daisy Ridley and oh, why can't I remember his name? I love him. Who plays Poe Dameron? Uh,
Oscar Isaac.
Oscar Isaac. I found them doing a duet of "Baby It's Cold Outside," and it was really good. So some of them can sing, but we'll plan it. We'll plan it.
We'll see.
Okay. All right. So he travels
Tames the
across.
blurg.
Yes. Travels on the blurg. Um, and then this other character wants the Mandalorian to get rid of all like these aliens that are out there.
He wants to, bring peace back to this
Yeah.
planet by getting rid of the problem that is bringing all the chaos, sort of
Yeah.
thing. Which is, it's kind of a chaotic nobility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, and the Mandalorians, man. So like it's kind of like there's like this build up to it. And then the Mandalorian walks in there like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Kills everyone. Like it's nothing.
Which, I gotta say, so I can't remember if the Imperials said they lost their what they wanted, or it was taken, like if it was taken from them, if they lost it, or they found it, and that this, like, I'm wondering who is responsible for all of these guys guarding this one thing. Like, who's in charge of
Who
who is the
arranged that?
ringleader,
Yeah.
and yeah, why do they have it?
Yeah. Um, it makes you wonder like the significance of what they find. There's just so many possibilities of what it could be.
And then we get IG-11.
IG-11. Oh my god, I love him. It was so funny. So okay, well, so this was really interesting because as we found out in the very beginning of the episode, the Mandalorian hates droids. So it's like as soon as you see him, you're like, all right, well, this isn't going to go well.
Yeah.
So, but so IG-11 is there to kill the bounty. Like
Yeah, he was
yeah,
there. He was offered to terminate the bounty,
yeah,
whereas Mandalorian was offered to bring it in alive.
yeah, yeah. So they were there
Yeah.
for the same thing, but
From two different offers.
right. So two different clients, both wanting two different things. I almost made me wonder if maybe the original, like, okay, so before we saw the client
Not like
and
the
the
this is
doctor,
the doctor's offer was bring it alive, and
right?
the other guy went behind the back
Yeah,
and
and went for
hired the
IG-11.
droid.
Yes. So I was wondering, maybe, yeah, like the client kind of quietly, yeah, got IG-11
Yeah.
to do this, without the doctor knowing for some reason.
Yeah.
So they definitely
Which,
both had two different motivations for whatever reason, which I'm sure we'll find out
yeah.
at some point.
Or it could be a completely other character who knew about this
Right,
and wanted it.
right. Another character will be introduced at some point. So they start chatting. They realize they're there for the same thing, but for two different
They
reasons or
immediately
whatever.
agreed to just split the bounty and
Yeah,
take out all the guys.
yeah, yeah. So as they're talking, yeah, then all of these, then everybody they go under attack. Actually, the the Mandalorian like defends IG-11 because somebody starts shooting at IG-11 as they're talking,
Mhm.
and he shoots him.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so I thought that was kind
The
of cool.
Mandalorian just shows up and says, "Hey!"
Yeah,
Bang, and like almost gets killed.
yeah, and then it starts this whole battle between
Mhm.
the two of them versus all of
Yeah,
these people.
and yeah, when I was watching it, I was just like saying like, okay, there's like three, four, five guys, and then it's
Yeah,
like, no, there's 10, there's 20, there's
yeah,
like
they kept
30
multiplying.
guys. I'm just like, where are all you coming from?
Yeah, and Mandalorian was like, no problem. And I thought it was so funny how IG-11 kept saying, "I'll just self-destruct. I'll just
Yeah,
self-destruct."
I'm just gonna go self-destruct mode. It's just like, no, don't stop that.
But he
Like,
said,
and
"Oh, sorry, go ahead."
oh, I was just gonna say like that's the Firefly part where like Mal is like, it's just like, stop, stop, you
Yeah.
work with me, okay?
Oh man. Um, yeah, that was like their banter was really funny.
Yeah,
He was like, I'm gonna self destruct. Don't self destruct. I'm gonna self destruct. Don't self destruct. But I thought it was really interesting that IG-11 said, no,
I cannot be captured.
I can't be captured. So he
Yeah,
must have something,
which
some kind of data, some kind of information that's really important. Maybe it could just be the mission.
yeah,
Um,
I actually am like did wonder. It's like because actually there's another thing. Like, how does a droid become a bounty hunter?
yeah.
Like, and maybe it's like he doesn't want him. Like, he could be reprogrammed to become another like for the enemy bot or
Hmm.
something.
Yeah.
Other things. So I think that's why he has a self destruct in him,
Hmm.
is to prevent him from doing not what he is intending to do.
That's true. That makes sense. Uh,
That, or yeah, somebody is in charge of these IG robots
yeah.
and sends them out to do the bounties for him and then back.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, it made me think of like you see this a lot like in the Clone Wars, like the animated series, like the dangers of R2D2 being captured. Like there was an episode where R2D2 was captured, and
Yeah,
Anakin's like,
and he had his entire data bank
yeah, like his memory was
full
never
of
wiped.
stuff.
So yeah, it was critical information on there. So you don't. So I was like wondering, like, wow, I wonder if it's that kind of thing. Like, what information does he have on there? Who did he work for? Who does he work for? Um, you know. So, but so yeah, okay. So all right. So they're
They
fighting off these
they
guys.
this turret shows up. This big
Yes.
giant Gatlin turret shows up. I think that's my favorite part in the episode is like, all right, let's go. No,
No,
and we get back.
and hide.
It's like, okay, nope, new plan.
That was so funny. And but still, like, doesn't stop the Mandalorian. He's like, I got this. And he managed to get rid of the alien that has control over it, and he takes the
Takes the
blaster
turret,
himself
just
and
goes on spin.
wipes everybody out. Um,
Spinning is a good trick.
yeah. I see that reference there. Oh, Phantom Menace, that was good. um, yeah. So and then he wipes them all out, and then I think they use it to open up the door.
Yeah, they
He,
just cut it,
yeah.
just
It kind of
blasting cut
reminded me of
out.
like the lightsaber trick, like using the lightsaber to open up the door.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, so he had his tracking device and he found it behind the bounty behind this door.
yep.
They used
Finds this little tub or thing or cart.
cradle.
What do you call those things?
It
Cradle,
looked
yeah.
it looked like a well. Once you get closer, you realize it's like a cradle, a floating
Mm-hmm.
cradle, and then the Mandalorian and IG-11 like peek inside and they see, spoiler alert,
The
Baby Yoda.
baby Yoda. This baby Yoda. Like, how is
So
a
like, and which obviously it's, I mean, well, we don't, so we don't know the name of the species,
yep.
obviously. Never been, which is kind of interesting that we don't know the name of the species.
Yeah,
Like how
after
George
like
Lucas could leave that out.
40 years. I think George even like didn't want this like he doesn't want to reveal it. Like it's one of the few things that he's actually keeping to himself, which is interesting. I don't know, maybe he's changed his mind. They're going to slowly reveal Yoda, what the Yoda's species and how they work and what they are from and all the details
If
with
they
this reveal.
if they do, I wonder if they either one talk to George Lucas, which if they did, that's kind of cool, or if they're just going to make it up themselves.
Mm.
Um,
I think Filoni. would have like asked
Gone to
for
George,
like
yeah.
details. Yeah, details about because and honestly, like I've seen some people be like, or I honestly wouldn't mind finally getting a name for what this group is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that would be, I mean, it'd be interesting. So this just like just brings up a lot of questions. So, okay, so my reaction, so all right, when I saw it, I like squealed because I was like, "Oh my god, it's so cute." And then I was like,
so
"Oh my god,
cute.
it's a Yoda." I was just kind of, so there was like this part of me that was surprised by it because I was like, because I was, I got this feeling or the impression that they really wanted the story of the Mandalorian to be completely separate from anything like Jedi,
Yeah,
Sith,
Force users
Force, like
also.
nothing related to that. Like I feel like they really because that's been so divisive amongst fans, and I really felt like they
Yeah.
wanted this to be the standalone thing. So like that surprised me because I was like, well, people see that creature, they automatically think Yoda. People are gonna
Hmm.
wonder, is it Yoda? Is it related to Yoda? Is
It's
it a Force user? Like,
yeah, it's one of the things, and I'm actually like just from this, I've actually gotten even more interested to see where the path the Mandalorian and the whole series takes.
mm-hmm,
If this is just gonna be a one-off story,
mm-hmm,
right? Like, okay, he deals with it in the next episode.
mm-hmm.
He finally moves on to a new mission, or it's like,
Right, right.
uh,
Is it always going to
like
be connected, or is it going to be like
yeah,
a new
episodic.
bounty every episode kind of thing?
Yeah,
That's a good question.
yeah,
Um, I mean, definitely, at least this one's going to connect to to chapter two. But yeah, I guess we won't
yeah.
know as for chapter three and so on. Um, but yes, this was just. It makes you wonder. Like, is it like?
So,
Well, yeah. What are
did
your
you think
theories?
they did real quick? Did you think IG actually did it? Like took it out,
For a second,
or
yes.
yeah,
I was like, oh my
I
god.
I did too. I was
But the
like,
Mandalorian shot first.
'cause it was one of those things where it's like, okay, it's Disney,
Right.
but Mandalorian's much more mature.
Yeah, it's a little bit
And I was thinking,
darker.
how far are we going with
Yeah,
this?
that's true.
So I thought they went for it, and I was like, but I'm kind of glad they didn't. I'm glad we didn't like they showed Mandalorian has a heart or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, well, yeah, that's like definitely something you see throughout the whole episode is like he's this tough guy. He shows no mercy, but at the same time, like you said, that like he's humble. There is this sense of he has like a moral compass in there. um, like he saw it was 50 years old. Like he was surprised to like he knew it was 50 years old, so he's expecting someone
yeah,
older.
yeah.
Um,
We that's the twist is we
yeah,
are thinking like him and us are thinking somebody old, some like old guys. That's what I actually thought that maybe the when I was watching the episode, I thought the Ergnot, that old Ergnot guy,
uh,
was the target, but he was
oh,
pretending to be helpful and such,
that didn't
and
even
then he
occur to
was
me.
yeah, I thought it was gonna be him, but uh, yeah, it didn't that wasn't it. It was actually this, which I actually kind of was more surprised, and it makes me really it does like that's what I'm saying. It's like maybe we are gonna get more details about the Yoda species because this thing's a baby for 50 years.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, like
how
IG-11,
did
like the Mandalorian is surprised, but IG-11 says, well, different species age differently.
yeah.
Um,
But that's
so,
that's like gotta be you gotta take care of a kid for 50 years. Like that's gotta
oh my
be
God, I want to think about that.
like that's not even 50 years, probably like 100 years before it finally can even walk or stand up or whatever.
That just aged me 50 years, just thinking about that. Um, yeah,
How did Yodas survive and or how does this even work? And
yeah.
if this thing's 50 years old, it means it was Yoda was alive
Hmm.
and Yaddle and all these things. And so because some people actually have this crazy theory that it was or it's like there's theories like is this Yoda's kid?
Yeah, Yoda and
Like
Yaddle
where
got together and,
did they have a kid off? And part of me's like, I'm kind of like the Jedi are already being hypocritical. I don't want Yoda having kids while Anakin can't have kids.
I know, I know, right? It definitely would have, I don't feel like I don't feel like they would do that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't feel like that's the case. And um,
So there was another theory I saw, which actually would be cool, but the timelines don't match. But like, what if like the Yoda species are like phoenixes? Like they when they die, they resurrect as a newborn, and um, like this is like this baby is like one of the Yodas, but reborn. Like it's a reincarnation.
oh my gosh. Hold on. MXC says Baby Yoda is Ray's father. There you go. Mystery solved. But that theory, that's so interesting. I hadn't heard that yet. I kind of like
Yeah,
that. It's like Yoda reborn,
yeah.
which would mean like force abilities, and
Hmm.
it would explain why he's
Why they're
like
so rare, or why we
why
don't
they're so
see a lot
rare,
of.
closely guarded. Um, but
That's what I'm saying is like maybe, but that's what I'm saying. Like the timelines don't match up, so probably not. Maybe it's just another. Um, unless like they spiritually transfer into the bodies of young,
yeah,
um, something like that. I don't know. It it's a weird idea. It could be cool, but I don't think it's what's going to happen.
yeah. I mean, I guess it's unlikely. It's just that's a really interesting concept. Um, but it just it makes me wonder. Okay, like at the time, like where the Empire, controlled the galaxy. Like, what happened to that species? Like, were they all wiped out? I mean, obviously not. Um, oh no, that took place before the baby would have been born before the Empire took
Yeah,
over.
he was actually. It's even like said. I think this if it's 50 years old, it would have been born around the same time Anakin was. So it's like
Yeah.
same. So it would have been 10 years old,
Hmm.
um, in Phantom Menace, 9, 10 years old.
So it makes you wonder then what like where was this baby all this time? Why is it so significant now? I imagine the species must have been wiped out, like an
Mm,
endangered species. I think did I read somewhere that
yeah.
maybe it actually is an endangered species?
I think it's a
Um,
theory because of, again, explaining why they're so rare or why we don't
yeah,
his kind.
yeah. Um, but yeah, so like,
And
go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, and maybe they're all force sensitive. Like maybe that's why, like, because the only ones we've ever seen sensitive. So maybe every single one is a force sensitive, and that's why, of course, if this one's probably force sensitive, which probably explains why the Empire wants.
Right. But I wonder why the doctor's involved. Like when I saw the little Yoda, baby Yoda, and I thought about I thought about the doctor. Made me think like, oh my god, like does he want to do like experiments on it? Like and why? Like that's kind of where my mind went.
I guess they're maybe gonna try and either maybe make a I don't know like see again it's like well okay so this is the Mandalorian is going to have inklings of origins of the First Order, so it's going to
Hmm.
kind of explain how the First Order starts. And maybe Snoke already has gotten some word around to gather, like he's trying to look for Force sensitives or something. Maybe it's Snoke asking for something, like that could be interesting.
That would
Maybe
be
the
interesting
Empire's
if,
been,
if they tied Snoke into all of this.
yeah.
I mean, and that would make
Uh,
sense because at this point he's probably, you know, on
yeah,
his quest to
he's probably starting the if again, like I said, if this is First Order, I guess I didn't even think about that until just now, but yeah, I
yeah.
guess Snoke would have to be at the start of it too, the start of the
Hmm.
build up. So that could explain why they're wanting, or the other reason is they're trying to test force cells and maybe learn about them,
That would
learn
make
about
sense.
how
Try
the
to replicate it.
midichlorians work,
Um,
and maybe trying to make more force people. They're trying to like build an army. Like it's always a thing like try and build an army of force people, force
yeah.
sensitives or something like that.
Oh wow. It's interesting. It leaves it makes you wonder. Let's see what the chat thinks. Let's see. If she said if Daniel says if Yoda and Yada really got together, Yoda really screwed up during the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
um let's see. MXC says I really hope it's a Sith Yoda. Uh Darth Vader has rejoined us. Darth Vader is in our chat.
Oh,
Elser, I do not believe it at all. It is a baby of the species of Yoda, sensitive to the Force. It is interesting to protect him because powerful in the Force he is, like Yoda, but no relationship. Yeah, it could be like you were saying, like just their species might just all be Force sensitive,
Be
which would be really interesting. And Misty's like, maybe it's like Firefly, and Baby Yoda is the Doctor's little sister.
okay.
Distant relatives.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. And there's some,
That is chapter 1 of The Mandalorian. Um,
and the credits had some concept art, which was really cool, like
yeah,
matching
I
the,
loved how they did that.
yeah, like the shot, almost like the concept art was shot for shot the
Hmm.
actual in the episode, which is really nice.
Yeah.
And I love it when shows or movies or whatever do that, where they show concept stuff in the credits
Hmm.
to kind of like, uh, to kind of show you the credits.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I was thinking, I was just kept looking at all made the movie, and I was like, oh, yes, you guys are amazing. You worked so hard, it paid off.
Yeah, yeah, that was that was really really cool. Um, and again, we got more of the music at the end. I have to say, I just love the music. Um,
Yeah.
again, that Western feel, seeing the Western feel in a space movie.
Have
And
you seen how many have you seen many westerns? Any like Good and Bad, Luckily, or
no,
um,
I have to say, I've not seen any. I have not seen any westerns other than Firefly.
Magnificent Seven?
But I guess it doesn't count. That's a space western. No, no, no westerns. No.
Hmm.
Did you?
Okay,
Are you into westerns?
I've seen a few, and yeah, I've read them.
Okay,
That's
cool.
yeah, but that's what I was saying. It's like, but yeah, I enjoy westerns a lot,
I guess one of those
and
things I'll have to check out and do the comparison. Um,
there are like it's funny because western back like there's a lot of great ones, but there's like there's just a huge people made them in bunches and
yeah,
batches back then because it was like a huge like, it was a market for a while, and it
yeah, it
slowly
was really big back in the day.
yeah,
Yeah, I know my
and
dad grew up with westerns. Like he used to talk about them a lot, but
yeah.
yeah, I never checked them out. And I
Mm.
like old movies, which is funny. So it's funny I've never actually seen one. Um, I guess I'll have to add it to my ever long to watch list. Oh, Jedi Knight. Oh, you came to the chat. How are you? This is your first time on one of my live streams. It's so cool that you're here. Um, oh, you don't want to pay for Disney Plus?
Yeah, yeah, I mean,
Not at all worried about
honestly,
spoilers.
okay, so yeah, like coming back to Disney Plus, you don't if it's fine if you don't have to like you're if you don't want to pay or anything like that's on you, it's you. But I will say that it is actually a really good looking streaming device. It is a really good
Yeah,
streaming site,
I
and
thought it.
for the price for now, because who knows if they eventually
Yeah.
for now, it's actually worth it just
Mhm.
because you get everything like
Yeah.
from like almost everything that Disney's ever done.
Mhm.
It's right there for you to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. The classic movies, um, some
There's
new
some movies I
stuff.
never even heard of or realized with Disney, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
well, I gotta check those out.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So yeah, it'll definitely it should definitely be keeping us busy. Um, yeah. I'm glad I bought like the year subscription. So yeah, I didn't want to pay it month by month. So I'm like, yeah, let me just do it for
Yeah,
the year. So
yeah,
but yeah, I definitely feel like it's worth it. I'm like one of those like lazy people where I'm like, I don't want to walk down the hall to get my DVD and put it in the DVD player.
yeah.
So I like that I can just.
I like physical stuff. I like having physical copies and everything.
Hmm.
But yeah, having a streaming service just right there, having like because it's like you don't have to wait for commercials. You don't have to
Yeah,
wait for things. You get to choose what you get to watch, and it's all there at you. So yeah, I like streaming service as much as I like the physical stuff.
yeah, yeah. Same here. Yeah, it's convenient, and again, there's so much stuff on there. Like I'm saying, I saw some like old shows I watched when I was a kid.
Now
So
you get to watch Emperor's New Groove.
you're right. That's right. Yeah, you were saying I have not seen The Emperor's New Groove yet. Um, and that came out when I wasn't
I
I
was
because
like, gosh,
I think when it came out, I was like a little bit older. Like I wasn't like at that age anymore where I would watch
mm,
like a cartoon. Um, so I won't say my age, but um, But like, not that I wouldn't watch an animated show. But yeah,
Yeah.
just one of those things I never checked out. So, it is also on my to watch list.
Yep.
Let's just check the chat again. Jen and I, glad to hear you're doing good. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah. So like I don't know if it'll show up. It might be too white.
It's not coming up.
Dang it. It's like my all my words. Like I was gonna write like a list normally, but it started to go like I started to zigzag because I started. Oh, that's right. This connects to this, so I started to like write in the corners and such.
That's so
So,
cool. Yeah,
like,
when I was watching, I had my notebook out and I was making I was making my notes, but even I could barely read it. um, but okay, yeah. So that was really cool. So yeah, so we well, what's your
I totally get what you mean.
what's your So I was saying like some of us were chatting last night and we all seemed to be scoring it like 8 out of 10.
Scoring, yeah.
What's your score for The Mandalorian?
8, honestly.
8,
like
yeah. See, 8
maybe
is
9
the average, maybe 9.
because it's like I mean, for like a first episode, it did excellent with the setting. It did excellent with the build up. It did great with the characters.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can definitely say that was a bit of a problem, like okay, there's like 2 little issues I have. One for sure is the pacing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little rushed. We could have maybe slowed down a bit more,
Yeah.
even though it had a lot of great slow moments.
Mm-hmm.
We needed more. I think there was just more time with some things we could have explored. So hopefully the next episode we'll get to explore them.
Yeah.
And this other one is a nitpick. And it's kind of a and it's not a pro. It's only because it's the first season and it's a TV show kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some very noticeable CGI moment, which is weird to say because it's like I mean the CGI is honestly very good, but it's because there's so much practical effects, it actually sticks out much more.
The when they're on the blurg, there's a scene
Yeah,
where you see them riding on the
there's
blurg.
They're very bouncy on that thing, and it feels not natural for some reason.
Yeah, and it looked CGI. Like you could just tell, like it just stuck out like a sore thumb. Like you could tell it just really didn't blend in.
But yeah, other than that, all really well done.
Yeah,
really
I agree.
Episode.
Yeah, the pacing I didn't have too much of a problem with. I actually felt like it moved a little slow at times. But then again, like, but you know what? It was a
introductory episode.
Yeah, introductory episode. It was short. I feel like they kind of had to ease us into it. The build up was kind of gradual, with some like peak moments in between. But yeah, so I also agree. 8 out of 10. Let's see. Daniel gives it an 8.2 out of 10 with a ton of potential. Elser also gives it an 8. And I think MXC was saying yesterday that he gives it an 8 as well.
Yeah, it's actually I will say like this is one of those like things where it's like I'll watch this again. Like I just even though it's just one episode, watch it again. Like I just want to study it.
Yeah, right. I feel like it's like there are some people who there are some people who could just watch it once and they could pick up on all the Easter eggs. But there are some people who are like if I would ever pick up on any Easter eggs, I'm like I gotta watch it a couple times. I gotta study each scene. Oh, you know what? Like I was wondering if there was any significance to it when he meets the client. The client has this big gold pendant around his neck. I think it's the client who's wearing it
too.
And I was I wonder what that means, but I wouldn't even know how to look for it. So I'm sure there's another Star Wars fan out there who knows exactly what to look for, and we'll find out.
There's there's the 200 things you missed in the Mandalorian episode.
Yeah, like 200 things. It was 40 minutes long. Like what? But I'm sure stuff like that will be coming out over the next few days if they're not out there already. I mean, you know what? I guess over the next few days we'll watch some stuff on YouTube and then we'll reconvene and compare notes. So
yeah, on to episode 2, which will be out Friday.
Yep, November. Same day as Fallen Order. Fallen Order is coming out on Friday.
Yeah, which is good, interesting.
We'll definitely be checking that out. Um, so yeah, so yeah. Any final thoughts or I feel like we really touched on everything. We
Yeah.
hour and 24 minutes.
Yep.
We almost did an hour and a half. Look at us.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like that's everything. Like everything I can think of, everything that went in the episode. There's not a lot to digest, but there's a lot to theorize about and
Yeah.
be excited for.
Yeah, a lot for people to talk about, which is what they want. Like, because again, all people have been doing lately is fighting over Star Wars. At least this kind of gives them something fun to talk about. And
Yeah.
again, it's
There's not a lot to fight over in this thing.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Well, I'm sure people will come up with something, but yeah, for the most part, it would stay safe in that way. Like not in a bad. Oh, there's Madigan. Um, they stayed safe in a way, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm excited to see what's to
Not
come.
not Force Awakens safe,
Right,
but
right. That's a different kind of safe. But safe in like
but not Last Jedi way out there.
right. Like again, I feel like if they had made the Mandalorian, well, it's the Mandalorian, but I would say if they had tied in more the Jedi and stuff like that, people would have been like, well, that's not how the Force works. So
Yeah.
in that way, it
Yeah.
was safe. So
It was as fun as Solo, and it was as gritty as Rogue One.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So um Daniel says it got an 8.7. No, it got an 87 out of 94 on Rotten Tomatoes. So that's pretty good. Um, Jedi Knight says, based on what I've seen, it feels like the original Star Wars trilogy, as did Rogue One, which I love. Very glad that Dave Filoni was involved. Yeah.
Yeah.
As everybody knows who Dave Filoni is, Dave Filoni basically studied under George Lucas when they worked on the Clone Wars together.
Yeah.
So he knows, like, he understands. I always say he understands the heart of Star Wars. Like when he works on a project, it's very true to the heart of Star Wars.
He's the apprentice.
Yes.
Now Jedi Knight.
Yes, exactly. So like you can't go wrong if he's involved, and yeah, it
And he
definitely
has veto power. That was the other thing. It's like when the other like some of the writers or something were like suggesting ideas for what to do with the show. Filoni was like, no, we can't do that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's like that's actually nice to see that he's someone that we know we like who knows Star Wars
yeah,
is in charge of how this will run.
yeah, yeah. He can't screw like it's not possible for him to screw it up. So yeah, he was definitely a good choice to be involved in this. And yeah, it definitely felt like it felt like the we were talking about that in the beginning of the stream. It did have like that original trilogy feel. Felt like A New Hope a little bit. So so that was nice to see. Dave Filoni for Lucasfilm president. Make the T-shirts. Get the bumper sticker.
I mean, I'd vote.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, Inspector, this was a lot of fun. For those of you who are just recently tuning in, this is the Inspector Who Reacts. His name is in the title there. Okay, you know what? I had to redo the stream, so I don't have your link. So
yeah, we had a lot
of technical difficulties. Nobody go anywhere because I'm gonna pull up your channel in just a second. So Inspector Who Reacts, he also has his own YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm just a simple video YouTube reactor. I'm slowly working on, like, I can do discussions, but I haven't done anything like review. I've got some ideas in the works, but it's as time goes by. But right now I'm just just YouTube reactor to things that I like, shows that I like, stuff that I enjoy. So like I may do requests, but it depends on how I feel about it.
Yeah, requests have actually helped me. Like have helped me a lot. Like it's I mean, I'm way behind on my request stuff, as everybody knows. But yeah, it brings a lot of new people to the channel, which is nice. So I have your channel right here. So guys, that is Inspector's channel. So please hit that subscribe button. And he and I
just to warn you all, my show, or the show I'm watching, Ruby, it's beginning this season, so that's gonna be my big focus.
But you have some other stuff on there too.
Yeah, there's some other shows, but Yeah, we're in.
Right
It's
now
Ruby
it's
time.
yeah. I was on your when I was on Twitter. I saw you posted a link, or your title has it in there. Um,
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know what that is. So
yeah. It's. I'll probably. I'll tell you about it over time. But
okay,
yeah, if you're interested, I will show it to you or something like that.
okay. Is it like
You'll,
on
you'll
like online, or is it like
Yeah, it's on YouTube and stuff. And actually, an even greater thing, it's free to react to. Like the
oh
company really would enjoy people to react to. Like they like when people react to the show.
oh
So if you
interesting?
ever wanted to
Yes.
start a reaction series to it, it's a animation esque show
Mm-hmm.
based off anime, but it's 3D, but it's really well done and it's pretty good. It's slow, but it's really really good.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
It's
interesting.
got it's got it's got almost a Star Wars feel to it, as
Oh.
well as a fairy tale feel to it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool. I'm always open to checking out new things. Um, buy your Frankie's t-shirt. Be happy with Frankie. All right. Um,
That's it.
so yeah, so I guess it's everything.
I hope you
So
all enjoyed. I hope you thank you for sticking with our
yeah,
troubles.
thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. We're sorry about all the technical difficulties. Yeah, again, we were supposed to be streaming from the original premiere that we set up, but that wasn't working. Um, but yeah, so we had to create a new stream. But thank you guys for not giving up on us and for joining us and for sticking with us for the last hour and a half. So we really
And
we appreciate the support.
whenever we get, if we're going, like, we're gonna do another one for the next episode. So whenever that comes out, hope you join us then.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll post. I'll post. I'll post a. I might not post a link because last time I did that it didn't work. So I might just post a picture. Coming soon, a poster. And we'll just maybe kind of do it the way we did this time, unless I can figure it out with the encoder. MXC, you're good with programming and stuff, so maybe you'll figure it out. All right, so Inspector, thank you so much. This was actually Inspector's idea, so I'm glad you suggested it. This was a lot of fun. It's nice to have someone to like kind of bounce ideas off of and like
Yeah.
talk about it
Talk
with.
Star Wars with,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever other stuff.
So yeah, so this was really cool. So thanks so much. Wait, next blog Saturday night Hallmark on hold. We also watch the Hallmark Channel on my
Yeah.
long story. Okay, so I'm trying to see how I can end the stream. If I can do it from here, I might not be able to.
See you, everyone.
So all right. So yeah, thanks so much for hanging out, guys. We will see you all soon. And yeah, so have a good night, everyone. Let's see if I can end this. Hold on.